Hi guys, hi everyone, how you guys doing? So I'm just going to be teaching you how to do a full cut crease. Okay, so the first shade I took after my brows is a burnt orange. Yes, so that is me matting the burnt orange under the line of my brows, but I'm being so careful not to mess up the line of my brows, because once the line of your brows is messed up, that brows is not going to be very sharp and it won't give you what you want again. Okay, so the shade I'm taking is what I'm showing on the screen. So I go back and forth, I'm blending it. I just want to make sure it's blend so good. Okay, so that is me going. I'm repeating this one on the second brow. So I introduce a little bit of black with a smaller brush, a smaller fluffy brush. So I took a little bit of black, then I mat it there. You see the part I'm matting it? That is the part I'll be cutting the crease, okay? Above, a little bit above my natural crease line. So you go ahead, you just map it, you blend it. You just want to make sure you blend it very well, okay? You don't want to leave any ash line between the burnt orange and the black, I'm just going back and forth. I want to make sure everything blends so well so that it can give me exactly what I want. You see, I think it's a little bit outer where my brows ends, okay? That's why I don't really like a longer brows. I love when my brows is just not too short, not too long. So most especially when it comes to a full cut crease like this. So you just have to blend it very well, because somebody told me in one of my previous videos, she was like, Mama D, you are too fast. So now I'm calming down in doing it. You see that? So I go back and forth. I go back to my burnt orange, and I blend it again and again. So I took a darker shade from my blush palette. I just map it in that part because I want that part to blend so well. I don't really want the black shade to be too obvious, okay? So that is me. I want to cut the crease. You see me. I go above my crease line a little bit since it's a full cut crease. You see what I'm doing? The only thing I need is the tip of my brush. I don't really need the full body of the brush. And what I use for my crease there is a base. I use an eyeshadow base from Revolution. It's so good. So that is what I use. You can use your concealer. You can use anything. I can use my concealer in doing anything, most especially the LA Girl. You can never go wrong with LA Girl. Only when you get the original one. It's so good. I use it in cotton crease a lot. But here I'm just using a base from Revolution. It's so very good. So I'm being so careful. One thing about creases, when you are cutting your crease, you have to be very, very patient. It's really need your patience. You know it, right? So you have to go back and forth and cut it very, very well. Okay? So that is me cutting my crease. I want to cut the second crease as well from the other of my eye. You see that? So I cut it. I'm so calm. So at this point, I've finished cutting my crease. We're just contemplating on the shade we're using. But I just want, despite the fact it's a full cut crease, I still want to make sure it's so soft. It's a soft glam. You understand? So I don't really like a dramatic look. I don't want it to be too dramatic. So I'm just asking in my comment section what shade I'm going to use. But in my mind, I want to go in with that first burnt or orange that the shade I'm using there is yellow. It's a custard yellow. It's a custard yellow I have in mind. So I'm just asking for my people's suggestion. What do you want? What do you want? What do you make? So at this point, we concluded in this custard yellow. You see me? That is me patting in the custard yellow or more. That custard yellow is lit. Like, I love the effect I'm having on the custard yellow. So that's me patting in the custard yellow. You see what I'm doing, right? Make sure you apply your eyeshadow very well, okay? Raise up your lid so that it can blend so well. A lot of people will be like, Mama D, my eyeshadow crease. Please apply your eyeshadow very well when you are doing that. Raise up your lid and make sure all the foldable parts are raised so that your eyeshadow can penetrate into that base you use, okay? So I'm done here. I did the both eye here. So I was like, let's go in with a little bit of shimmer. Oh my goodness. So that is the shade of the shimmer that I use just to glow it up, to give it that shiny illusion, you know. So that is me blending in, going back and forth. I make sure I blend it very well. So at this point is a liner spot. You see that? So that is me applying my liner. I don't want a dramatic look, don't forget. I just want a very simple glam, but in a full cut crease. All right. So I apply my liner gently. You see, that's my liner. I just make sure it's not too long. I just do a normal liner. I'm not doing a dramatic liner because the eyeshadow is dramatic enough, you know. So that is me doing my water liner. I did a white water liner with my concealer. So I'll be dropping how I achieve that in my next video. I just use my plain concealer to do that, okay? You see, at the back of my palm, I scoop it. Then I go in with my flat brush to just apply it. Then I smoke it out. Of course, I smoke out my water liner. You see that? That is me. That is the shade I use. So it's giving me natural, okay? So I smoke it out. I smoke it out. I smoke it out. I smoke it out. You see what I'm doing? So at this point, I think I'm almost done. So I smoke it out. You see that? So I dust out the excess powder on my face. I take everything out. And I dust. I go in with my exact shade powder to blend. I blend it very well, you know. I blend it so very well. And at this point, boom, that is me. That is the final look. You see that? This is so pretty. Yes, you see that? Thank you, guys. Thank you for watching. See you in my next video.